Okay. So what is generator? Is a function return a iterable objects. So object generator object, so that you can execute code snippet set function one by one. Okay, so what does that mean? So basic usage. Suppose there is a loop. You can see here there are 1, 2, but what if we have a generator function here? We can use yield, this keyword, to return the value, and and we can use this .next method to call the code inside this generator function one by one. So as you can see here, return value 0, 0, 1, 2, right? This is undefined, and this done property has been true, right? So why it is undefined? Because there's no return expression in this function, right? If there's no return, so in default it returns undefined, right? So it's pretty simple and clear. So by using the generator function, as you can see here, you can just execute your code inside the generator function one by one. There's a small detail which is yield expression cannot be nested in other functions. So suppose there is a function nest, and there is a parameter called args, right? So which is an array, supposed to be an array. So args for each atom yield unexpected reserve word L. So because for each is another function, so you just put this keyword into another function, so it give you an error. This keyword can only be placed here, right? Yeah, right. Just inside of the generator function directly. All right. So next, we can give it a look at the details. Give a look at the details, how it works. I'll give you a little bit complex example. So function star can be just right after function, or in the middle, or before the function name detail, right? So suppose there is a parameter, but normally we just put the star after the function. All right, so suppose there is a x, we do x plus 1 divide by 3, return x plus y plus 3. Yeah, this is a little bit more complex. So let's just display it. Let's give it a 5, right? So d.next value 6 and done, right? Let's give it a so value 6 done false, right? Let's do it repeatedly. You can see this is undefined, right? So we understand why it's undefined and why it is true here. But see here, there is not a number indicator. So what does this mean? Why it is not a number? Because next method can accept return value from last yield. So this is the first .next method. So there, in this function, in this case, there's no previous yield keyword, right? But the second one right here, because there's no any parameter has been passed into the .net method, so right here actually undefined passed into next method in default. Hey, because there's nothing has been passed into this the next method. So let's do 12 or 13. You can see here 6, 8, 42. Why? How it works? So first, this is the first .NET method. So there's no previous yield keyword. So we just let it empty. So in this time, when the first when this line of code number 36 execute, so it only just return the code after yield. So this value has been returned. So it is 5 plus 1 equal to 6. That's the reason why it is 6 here. Let's do because it return a object, right? We can just get a value. 8, 6, 8, and 42. The first one returns 8, and when 37 execute, this line of code execute, so this number is the return value of last yield keyword. It means that 12 is equal to yield x plus 1. So in this case, variable y is equal to 2 multiplied by 12. This part is 12, right? So y is equal to y is equal to 24. So 2 multiply by 12 is 24. Yeah, y is 24, right? So yeah, and in this case, line of code 38. This part, when it execute, this 13 represent this part, right? Second yield. So they equal to 13. Yeah, and at the same time, this part it print 24 divided by 3. So it print number 8, right here. Let's do it again. So this part, this is 12. Multiply by 2 it is equal to 24. So when we execute the next method, so this y is 24 divided by 3, so it is 8, right? Be printed. Print 8, right? And this part, because it is 13, and 13 equal to yield y divided by 3, so they is equal to 3. So it means that x is 5 plus 24 plus 13, so it's equal to sorry, not 25, it's 24. So print 42, right? 42. This is how it works, right? Every time you call next method, it only execute the code after yield keyword, and the number or the parameter passed into the next is the last yield return value. All right, so you need to just review this again, so that eventually you understand how it works. All right, we'll do some more practice here. So find every multiple of number 7. Yeah. So function find. So let x equal to 0 and 4. Just do true. Well, true. So if x modulus 7 equal to 0, we return this x, or we just simply x plus plus, right? Okay, so let f the fed in f next not 0, starts with 1, 7, right? Let's still do value 7, 14, 21, 28, right? This is a small practice. Last, we solve callback hell by generator. We have learned solve then by promise. Now we use generator to solve that. Okay, so this part we need Ajax function again. So that has status equal to 100, then we call back JSON parse response text. Right, this is a basic Ajax function. We have wrote this we have read in this for several times, and again I have a function called request, which we do Ajax URL, and return value should be print. Finally, we have generator function called just read, right? Read from file. Right. In this part, what we do, we yield request. So if you don't know what is inside of this file, you can just check the previous last videos, right? We have wrote this several times, and right here let's do let get data to read from file, and get data next, right? We just execute these three lines of code one by one. See, I'm A, and B, and 3. And based on what we have learned from this class, generator, right? We just execute this one by one, and the return value could be displayed, right, by this request function. But in the real life, if we do programming in the real life, we don't want to do this, right? Just call next method again and again and again, right? Whatever, how many files you have, you just call it again. So it seems like not quite right. So now we want to do just run it once, and it print all the files, right? So right here we cannot just print that. In this case, we should pass last value return from yield keyword. So we should pass this. Yeah, so after we call this next method, we execute this line of code, and after that we run the request function. We just pass the last else return value to the get data function again, so it just run request again. And yeah, so right here, this read from file, we cannot just yield this value. We should print this value. Yeah. Undefined. $78, $9.80. Why it is undefined? Must be something missed. Request URL. Okay, yeah, so this is empty, right? So this is empty because when we run this, we pass this to, we should of course yield this. Okay, yeah, because we miss this yield keyword, right? In this generator function, we need the yield keyword, so then this part will be executed first. Yield will be executed first by this 84 next method. When we execute this, after this, we request. We call request function. We get value. We pass it to the next method, right? So when second next method has been called, this function will be execute the console log. So it prints I'm A, right? And the third next method will run this part of code, yield. Right? So yeah, in this case it should be done like this. A and B and C, right? So by using generator, as you can see here, it is even more synchronous operation style, right? We have solved the callback hell completely, so it is pretty much pretty straightforward and easy, simple and clear to developers, just in case you won't understand what you have wrote several months ago. Okay, so this is pretty much everything about generator.